Pakistan. Hello, Mikel.
Hi, Gary.
Any casualties we don't know about from the weekend?
No, I think you are aware of all of them.
With Bookayo, obviously a bit of a hip issue before kick-off?
Yeah, we have to wait. Today he was better, but we have to wait and see how he responds and then make the decision.
As far as you know, and I'm sure you've asked and you've seen, nothing too serious?
It doesn't look like something too serious. Whether he's going to be available for tomorrow or the weekend, we will see.
And obviously we've got further news now on Mikel Meireano, who's going to be out. The club says until, well, hopefully we'll be training again before the end of the season. Can you be any more specific than that?
Well, we hope so. I don't know, obviously he needs to go through a procedure, which is never obviously positive. He's a big player for us, a player that has such a versatility and capacity to compete in various positions, and yeah, that's a big blow.
Is it a fracture?
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, the wording of the statement suggests that there might be a chance of him playing again before the end of the season, and obviously there's the World Cup coming up as well. So those are targets, I guess.
Let's see. It's a very rare injury, so we have to wait and see once we have the surgery how that reacts daily. Obviously, monitor it throughout the weeks post the surgery and see. I know Mikel is going to do absolutely everything that he possibly can to come back as quick as possible, but as well you have to respect the healing process and the fact that obviously it's an injury that is quite rare.
So that serious pain in the foot for that Mikel, is that a pain in the neck for this Mikel?
Yes, and for the team as well, obviously, because he's a big player for us, a very important player for us, and we're not going to have him until probably the end of the season.
Does it change your thinking today before 7 o'clock with the deadline?
Of course. I mean, when you lose a big player like this in the squad with 4 months to go and all the competitions to play for, you need to look, and we need to do everything that we possibly can to see if we have a player that is available, and if we don't, okay, we keep what we have.
But we know, particularly now, with his versatility and his abilities, his importance to the squad, not just any player's going to do. It's got to be someone really special, right, to come in.
Well, at this level, especially for 4 months, you have to bring a player that has the capacity to adapt immediately and impact the team, and that's not easy. But it would be easy, we wouldn't be here. So we need to find solutions and try.
I guess in previous years gone by, there would been more of a panic, if that's the right word, than there is now because of the depth of the squad that you've got now.
Yeah, but we have more depth now. But for 7 months we haven't had the depth because we have players out, like a lot of teams. So we know the demands, the standards that we need, and we need players because we play every 2-3 days.
How pivotal was the weekend? And I don't just mean going somewhere like these and winning so well, so convincingly, but also other teams chasing that title, losing points.
We can only control what we can control. Last weekend we lost. Now everything looks different. We are very happy in the manner that we competed and win our game, and that's the only thing that is in our hand. And by the way, big congratulations to our women's team for winning the trophy at the weekend as well, which was a really nice news.
Because Paul Merson said on Sky that it kind of felt to him, that game, that victory, the whole weekend, it was like the weekend, the game where Arsenal won the title.
Yeah, we need another 13 or 14 of those, and that will make it happen. So we know how much is still to do. We are very conscious of that. I think every club is very conscious of that, and we just keep going.
So it's a Carabao Cup. As it's Carabao Cup, just a bit of a random question for you, I guess. You're the best team in Europe. You're the best team in the Premier League. You're a game away with the advantage of getting to a domestic cup final. There's no supercomputer, unfortunately, but the bookies have you at 9-1 to do the treble, those three, Champions League, Premier League, Carabao Cup. Is that a target? Is that something the players can believe in?
Honestly, we go day by day, competition by competition. Tomorrow we have a really tough game against a very good Chelsea side. Yeah, we have the home advantage, we have a good result, but we have still a lot to do tomorrow to earn the right to win the final.
The thoughts of something like the treble, there's nothing wrong with the dressing room believing that that's possible, is there?
There's no point talking about it. What we can talk and control is what we do daily to sustain the level that we had or to improve it, ideally.
Ian, talk sport.
Hi Mikel, how are you?
Hi, Ian.
Can you talk us through what today is like for you? Because I think sometimes it's a bit like Championship manager, where you get up in the morning and you think, right, Mikel Moreno's out for the rest of the season, I need a midfielder, and then you just go and search someone there, and it's not like that, is it?
No, it's not. Well, we had the news a few days ago, and obviously we are always active in every window that we have, just in case something happens. We have the departure of Ethan as well to Marseille for the right reasons, I believe, for the club, player, and the team. And then the news of Mikel were very unexpected, obviously, especially for such a long time. So we are actively looking at options. We will continue to do that. So my day will be the same as usual. I'll be busier. And if we have find a solution, we will try to do it. And if we don't, we will continue in the manner that we are now.
Because things are going so well on all fronts, is there the temptation not to replace Mikel? Because obviously you don't want to disrupt the harmony you have within your squad right now.
Well, we do something is just to improve what we have and to be better, certainly not with that purpose. So we will have the consideration in relation to the opportunity that we have, whether we do it or not.
Liam Rossini's Chelsea, you're up against them again, second leg of the League Cup. They've conceded goals. He's won 6 or 7 games that he's had, but they have conceded quite a few goals along the way. Is that a weakness that you'll be targeting?
Well, I mean, every team has his own things. I think Liam is doing an incredible job so far in different competitions as well. And tomorrow, yeah, the tie has a context, which is very specific when you talk about that tie. That the fact that we play at home and we have the advantage, but that we need to now make it very concrete in the manner that we approach the game certainly tomorrow to win it.
Last one from me. In terms of not setting a ceiling for your team and going to try and win all 4 competitions, I understand obviously you want to do that, but this is the first one. This could be your first piece of silverware in 6 years since you won the FA Cup here. Is this, in a way, the most important of the lot? I mean, if you win all 4, will you look back and think that was actually the one, the League Cup?
Yes, I mean, the next one is always the most important one, and it is the closest, at least, to reach a final. And tomorrow, if I don't have people, we really need to create the atmosphere, the energy, the belief that we're going to do it, and all together, I'm sure we are very capable of doing that.
James, Athletic.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
I just had a couple of questions about Eberechi Eze. You've spoken a lot this season about the need for magic moments, and he's someone who can provide them, and he has provided them against Spurs and City and other places. I just wondered, is that enough really for someone who wants to be a regular starter in your team? Is moments enough, or do they have to find a way to impact the game more often throughout the 90 minutes?
Yeah, you have to impact the game consistently throughout 96 minutes at this level, and any phase, any action is the most important action. And on top of that, you have to be able to add other values. In his case, he's very, very, very good and unique at creating those magic moments. So that's the demands of each player.
And do you think, in terms of his position in the team, when he arrived, we saw a little bit more on the left-hand side. It feels like recently he's been more in central areas. Is that because you feel that central position suits him better?
Well, for different reasons, to be fair, because we had certain injuries on the front line, and we utilize him on the left, and we have injuries as well on the right. So he's been able to adapt to different positions. I think in the last few weeks he had more consistency in one position, and just trying to understand as well those relationships where he's more comfortable, where he can impact more the game in relation to the opponent, and that's where we are.
James, CBS.
Hi Mikel, I'd like to ask you about Victor Gyökeres. 4 goals in his last 6 games. Are you seeing signs of an improvement, and if so, where on the pitch?
Yes, well, his all-around play and performances, I would say, he's been much more consistent in actions and consecutive actions, especially. His defending inputs, they've been terrific from the beginning, but attacking-wise, understanding his movements, the timings of his runs, the presence and movements at the box has been much better, and he's been more prolific, certainly, in front of goal to help us to win more games.
And he's starting to score those, maybe not the most aesthetically pleasing goals, but do you think that was something your team was maybe missing before Victor came on?
Yes, I mean, he has the ability to do that, and goals are goals. I know that we prefer the beautiful ones on YouTube, but they are all very important, and the ones that he scored recently are very much the same.
Mikel,
Hi.
you obviously got quite a lot of options in defence and at fullback. With Mikel now facing a long spell out, is Miles someone you might now view sort of primarily more in midfield than at left back?
Yeah, Miles has the qualities to play in different positions. He's played as a fullback, as a 6, or as an attacking midfielder even. So yeah, that's an option that we have in the squad.
I think since he came into the first team, pretty much all his minutes, I guess, have been at left back, but he came through the academy in midfield. Why, I guess, have you not used him more in midfield in the first team so far?
Well, because I believe that he had the best chance to break into the first team playing that position, because I think he has unique qualities that we didn't have in the squad to accommodate that and to give him the chance to play for us.
Hi Mikel, with Ethan going out on loan, he scored in his first game for Marseille, I'm sure you've seen it. How delighted were you to kind of see him hit the ground running in some ways, and then other in your mind going, that maybe could have been for us as well if he was still here?
Yes, but we made the decision now. What I would love to see from Ethan is they score that goals every 3 days, you know, and he plays a lot of minutes. He gets the exposure that he needs. He continues to grow mentally, physically, in all the technical and tactical aspects that are necessary at this level. And that's the reason we've done it, because we believe that was the right context and the right coach for him to do that. And hopefully that's going to happen.
And the understanding was that there wasn't a break clause in that loan that you could say emergency bring him back within this window. Did you do that with the mindset of we're sending him out there and he's going to get important experience over the next 6 months?
Well, to be fair, that's more something that Andrea and Sam in this case are more in charge of deciding and negotiating, because it's not only what we want as well as what the other clubs expect from the player that is joining them and the way he commits to that club.
Okay, last couple now. James.
When you have this situation where you're looking to react really late in the window, how does it work? Do you go to a list? Do you go to Andrea with a list of players? Does he come to you? What's the sort of process?
Yeah, we start to look, but obviously Andrea is in full charge of that, and I fully obviously trust him with the experience that he has, with the relationship we built, and because we understand each other so well. But we believe that that can help us, the environment that he's going to find that player as well, the expectations, and obviously the financial options that we have to bring a player now.
I mean, you've only got 5 hours. I mean, are you relaxed about the situation that if you don't get anyone in, you've got enough?
I wouldn't say relaxed. I mean, I think we are on it, you know, and it's our responsibility, you know, when we are playing for what we are playing, to give ourselves the best opportunity and chance to look at the market, every option, evaluate them, and then make a decision whether we do something, if it's possible.
Does last January come into your mind at all, where you thought about doing something late, so you had that failed bid late on? Do you think we don't want to get into that situation again?
Yes, I think it's a very different one as well, and I know what happened very, very well. I know the details of that, so that was totally different to this one.
Tell us, come on.
Afternoon, Mikel. The conversation for a while is that it's your title to lose, but complacency is the enemy of greatness. Do you have anything particularly special to stop your players feeling that they owe the league, or that they're taking this opportunity for granted?
Yes, the reality that we face every single day. They are the ones that experience the difficulty and the challenge and the level of this league and what we want to accomplish. So it's obviously not even a thought that.
And in your last League Cup home game, the capacity was over 59,000, and then last week you addressed the loss against Manchester United, and you clapped your hands and said, "Vamos," the fans loved it. You clearly have a very special connection with the fans. Over your last 6 years working here, what special things do you think you've established as a manager to be so effectively connected with the fans?
Well, I don't know. I think it's something, trust, I think a relationship, a cohesion that you have to build every single day. The way you behave when you win, when you don't win, in the manner that you make decisions, in the manner that you are perceived inside the club. I don't know. I think it's a lot of factors. I'm very, very grateful for the way, obviously, I get treated, the way I get respected, for the response that all our supporters have with the team and with myself constantly. And tomorrow we have a beautiful night together again to make something special, and we all together, we're going to do it.